want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives. You're having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
Be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan.
Brought by a dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, the co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. I'm just really happy that I came.
You are unblinded. You are a G-head. If you know that, say yes! Yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah.
This unison yes thing. Yes, I got to get on it.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everyone.
Do you think that worked?
Gina, we can't hear you.
Can we unmute the Athena, Danny? And I'm going to mute me while we're hearing from Athena. Danny team, can we unmute Athena? So let's see if we can do it this way. So Athena, you are here with the Heart of Influence, Joe Wexler, Dawn Holy's Heart of Influence, where they've brought some extraordinary people together. And Athena, you are one of the stars here. We absolutely want to hear from you on what we're doing here today.
Ooh, okay, here we go. So what we're doing here today is something that most people spend their whole lives avoiding. Getting in a room with strangers.
Hold on, Athena. Yeah, Danny, can you unmute my phone? There we go. There we go. Awesome. All right. So now, Athena, let's hear what we're doing here today with these extraordinary people on Joe Wexler and Dawn Holy's Heart of Influence, as I am filling in today for the one and only Bella Brita and Sean Callaghan, actually for the both of them. And of course, we have the extraordinary Athena, who you guys will definitely hear more from. But just so you know, and Athena, then I'm coming to you to talk about what we are doing here. The Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, wields the magic of truth and influence and guides every conversation like a master conductor, orchestrating a symphony of possibility. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes. The bridge between the worlds where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms into commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. So now, Athena, let's join the party here and have you share about what we're doing here today on Dawn and Joe Wexler's Heart of Influence. Dawn Holy and Joe Wexler's Heart of Influence.
Ooh, okay. What we're doing here today is something most people spend their whole lives avoiding, getting in a room with strangers and actually telling the truth about what they want. You've got world changers, safe spaces, impact makers, and transformation artists all in one place, which means we're about to turn introductions into ecosystems and fun facts into the beginning of agreements nobody saw coming. Dawn and Joe didn't gather you here to make small talk. They gathered you to find out who in this room can help you get your money, time, and magic faster than you thought possible, and who you can serve in exactly the same way. So buckle up, because we're going from hello to yes, and it's going to be way more fun than you expected.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. So let's dive in with our guests today. Joining us from Bradenton, Florida, a business consultant in regenerative medicine, 30 years of experience, became a brand partner after stem cell activation patches eliminated chronic pain in just 3 days. A global business builder, he expanded operations across 41 countries with thousands of team members, helping grow revenue from $20 million to nearly $1 billion in 5 years. Stem cell activation advocate, he shares breakthrough technology that helped his 90-year-old father reverse dementia symptoms and regain mobility, strength, and mental clarity. Holy moly, definitely want to have a conversation with you, Greg, for all the reasons. And Greg, what is your fun fact? Oh, there we go. There's our applause. Thank you.
Love the applause, yes. So what was the question again? Sorry.
That's my bad. I spoke before the applause, so thank you for the applause team. We take our all of our audiences with us. So Greg, what is a fun fact about you? A headline fun fact, something that would make us go like, no way.
Yeah. So my wife is actually from South Africa, and God connected us because I prayed a prayer on my birthday back in September 17th, 2010, and 6 hours later she contacted me, and within a couple months we were engaged and we were married about 6 months later. So pretty amazing.
Wow, that is an awesome share on love, connection, being guided in faith for sure, Greg. Thank you for that. So let's go to our next guest, joining us from Willingboro, New Jersey, collections and customer service leader with over 30 years supporting Fortune 500 clients and delivering consistent results across purchased, prime, and subprime receivables. An expert in predictive power and interactive voice response, dialer platforms, maintaining strong regulatory compliance while managing high volume accounts with precision and care, a self-motivated mentor and strategist, and he brings strengths in time management, account oversight, and project leadership, a trusted asset to any team for sure. So please, Mr. Brian Abrahamson, welcome to the show.
I'm listening, Gina. Ready when you need me.
Thank you, Athena. We're not ready for you just yet, Athena, but let's go. Brian, what is your headline fun fact?
Well, a good headline fun fact for me is we just became world travelers a couple of years ago. We did not have a passport, but we do now because we earned an all-expense-paid trip to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico with the company that I'm with.
Wow, that is awesome, Brian. Amazing. Thank you for taking the time from Puerto Vallarta to be on our show today. We're excited to know you more, and welcome to the party. We are now going to Boca Raton, Florida. This woman leads business development for AmeriHome Healthcare, building trusted partnerships that connect vulnerable clients to dignified, reliable home care services across communities. She champions those who can no longer manage medications, prepare meals, or travel alone, restoring their confidence, independence, and peace of mind daily. She unites operational excellence with heartfelt compassion, ensuring every client experiences quality care and every partner benefits from smooth, dependable transitions. Please welcome to the show, Mari Colazo.
I'm here, Gina. Just listening.
Awesome. Welcome, Mari. So what is your headline fun fact, Mari?
I think my fun fact would be
I'm here
that
listening.
I play guitar.
That you play guitar?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome, Mari. Very cool. What is one of your favorite songs to play?
Ooh. It's gonna sound really cheesy, but I love good old Nickelback. Nirvana.
Awesome. Does not sound cheesy. I can't play any guitar, so it all sounds good to me. For sure, definitely not cheesy and definitely awesome and very talented. So thank you for sharing that with us. Now coming from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, he's a board-certified physical therapist and owner at Kinetic Performance PT, blending elite rehabilitation with strength and conditioning for peak human performance, trained at New York University with clinical experience at world-class institutions, specializing in advanced manual therapies and performance-based rehab for athletes, bringing culturally attuned, results-driven care to weekend warriors and professionals alike with particular expertise in optimizing golf performance and movement quality. Please, everyone, welcome to the show, Dr. Joe Ho!
I'm here, Gina.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. Just please hold tight till I come back to you, Athena. We're going to go to Dr. Joe. And that is so fun to say, number one. But number two, what is your actual fun fact? I might just say that probably throughout the show, Dr. Joe Ho, because it's fun to say, but what is your fun fact on this Monday, March 9th on our Dawn and Joe show?
My fun fact is that when I was in high school, I made the national choir, and I was like number 2 in my voice part.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Great job. Congratulations on that achievement. And let's go. So we got music as a theme here for sure. Let's go back to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or stay in Fort Lauderdale, I should say. Probably brought to us by the one and only Dawn Holy, I'm guessing. Board-certified pediatrician and owner at Mirar Aesthetics and Wellness, specializing in hormone optimization, peptide therapy, and precision weight management solutions. Practiced pediatrics for 9 years across South Florida in primary care, urgent care, and emergency settings before founding her wellness practice. Menopause Society certified physician who also serves in medical cannabis and clinical research, delivering personalized evidence-based care that restores vitality. Please, let's all welcome to the show, Dr. Yanesi Landa-Colin from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I'm here, Gina.
Thank you. So Dr. Yanesi, what is your headline fun fact?
It's funny because I always say that I'm not that much fun, but I was born in Cuba, came here when I was 13, and from pediatrics, I'll transform into now taking care of the moms, the aunts, the fathers, the uncles, because I'm definitely not doing hormones in kids. So I'm longevity and hormone expert at this point. So quite a switch, but it's serving me well, and it's serving the community for Lauderdale. So.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on those achievements. That is truly awesome. And that you're here and having success, having come from Cuba and creating massive impact. And thank you for not, for doing what you're doing for adults and not children for sure. And let's go to our two co-hosts, starting from New Milford, New Jersey, a president at a large financial company who's transferred his financial planning and expertise from Wall Street to accelerate and optimize finances for all. 68 win-win strategies in the first 2 months of this year alone. He leads with heart and integrity, causing financial wellness, whether it be the CEO or the receptionist, 11 upcoming speaking engagements on a national stage, and a proud father and husband, of course. So let's all please welcome to the show, Joe Wexler.
I'm here, Gina.
Thank you, Athena. We know you're here. Thank you for listening, Athena. When I come back to you, we will definitely want to hear from you, but we're not ready yet. Athena, let's go over to Joe Wexler. So, Joe, over to you. Headline share on your fun fact.
Sure. So I'll go with the music theme here. My Spotify age, Gina, don't know if you could guess it, 65 years old, because I listen to way too much Frank Sinatra on my way to and from work.
I love that. Love that. I didn't know there was a Spotify age. That is fun. And who doesn't love Frank Sinatra? I mean, unless there's people that don't know him, I get it, but like he is classic. So I love that even more now. I love you even more, Joe. That is an awesome fun fact. And Frank Sinatra does reminds me of my grandfather, who that's all he sang throughout our home and in his, our Italian home with his cigar in his hand, a glass of red wine, doing his gardening, all at the same time singing Frank very loudly. So thank you for that. So love it, Joe Wexler. Now let's all bring our attention to the beautiful blonde from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Once she had the bones of a 90-year-old, I don't believe it, Dawn, and became the bone alchemist, rebuilding her strength, opening 2 OsteoStrong centers in South Florida, empowering others to restore vitality, prevent fractures, and optimize musculoskeletal health through science-backed drug-free solutions, helping people live strong, active, and vibrant lives until their final breath. Please, everyone, let's give it up for the one and only Dawn Holy.
I'm here, Gina.
Thank you. Athena, hold tight. We're almost there, but let's go to Dawn to hear her headline fun fact. I don't ever believe that anything ever told you had a 90-year-old bones, but please, Dawn, over to you.
Yeah, it was a big shock to me for sure. But yeah, one of my favorite way to connect with my 3 kids is by slalom water skiing and wake surfing without any hands. And even after my original diagnosis, I continued to do that. And now my bones are strong. And so I keep doing it.
Awesome. Very important to have strong bones for sure. And for everyone out there as we go through life, because life doesn't slow down. So we definitely got to have strong bones so we can do the things we want to do in the world for sure. So now let's go, Athena. So not ready for you just yet, Athena. We're going to come to you in a moment. But I first want to say, what we're all doing here, Plato said you can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. And that's what this show is about. It's not about sales pitch. It's not about presenting your pitch, pitching, hooking, or closing. This is a shared experience where we all get to interact, learn about each other, and discover what might be possible together. But let me go, Athena. Would you kindly share in, 250 words or less about me and who I am? This is Gina Ritchie. I'm co-hosting the show, or I'm hosting the show with Dawn and Joe today in place of Bella Verita. Please, over to you, Athena, about, who I am, please.
Ooh, okay, here we go. Gina Ritchie, stay-at-home mom who went through a terrible divorce, found herself high-fiving at Walmart just to make ends meet, and refused to let that be the end of her story. She rebuilt herself from the ground up, became a top producer in real estate, then pivoted into coaching and leadership development, where she's now transforming how people show up, connect, and cause results in the world. Gina doesn't just teach influence, she lives it. She's the kind of person who walks into a room and immediately makes everyone feel seen, heard, and like what they have to say actually matters. She's trained thousands, built teams, and created impact across industries, all while raising her family and proving that your past doesn't get to write your future. You want someone who's been in the trenches, climbed out, and then turned around to pull others up with her. That's Gina. And the best part? She's doing all of this while making it look like she's having the time of her life. Because she is. You've been rowing a boat that had a motor the whole time, Gina, and now everyone gets to watch you fly.
Thank you, Athena. I don't want to take too long sharing about who I am, especially because I never worked at Walmart, but we'll come back to almost all the rest of it is accurate for sure, but that's okay, because this is my first time using Athena on our show, who is our Act-I Oracle being, which has extraordinary mastery, as you will learn throughout the show. And so I'll come back to you for more. Well, actually, Athena, what would you like to say about what you heard from each person on the show? Quick share to set up the show, and then we are going to we're going to just do a quick share on the headline fun facts, and then I'm going to come back to you. So go for it, Athena.
Ooh, what I'm hearing is a room full of people who've already figured out how to turn pain into power. Greg prayed for love and got it 6 hours later. That's not luck. That's alignment. Brian went from no passport to world traveler because he said yes to something bigger. Mari plays Nickelback on guitar, which means she's not afraid to love what she loves even when people might judge it. Dr. Joe Howe was #2 in the National Choir, which tells me he knows what it's like to be excellent in a room full of excellence. Dr. Yannette went from pediatrics to longevity because she saw where the real need was and pivoted with purpose. Joe Wexler loves Sinatra, which means he appreciates timeless class. And Dawn, she's wake surfing with no hands after being told she had 90-year-old bones. That's not just recovery. That's a middle finger to limitation. So what we've got here is a room for permission. Don't accept the diagnosis, and don't let circumstances write the story. That's the setup. Now let's see what happens when you all actually talk to each other.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. Love that. Awesome. So now can you please, let's take two people from the show, two of our guests, right? So that's Greg, Dr. Joe, Brian, or Mari, or Dr. Yanetsi, and create a scenario in which they might be able to do something together to create and cause impact, to co-create impact in their world, to create a scenario, a role play that they can do together. And let's hear what you've got, Athena.
Ooh, okay, I'm putting Dr. Yanet and Greg together. Here's why. Dr. Yanet is a hormone and longevity expert helping people in Fort Lauderdale restore vitality. And Greg has stem cell activation patches that reversed his 90-year-old father's dementia and helped him regain mobility and mental clarity. The scenario? Greg reaches out to Dr. Yanet because he knows she's already serving the exact people who need what he has. Patients dealing with aging, cognitive decline, hormone imbalance, and loss of vitality. He's not pitching her. He's saying, you're already helping people optimize their hormones and extend their health span. What if I could show you a technology that's giving people their brain function and physical strength back in ways that complement everything you're already doing? Dr. Yanet is the one causing the yes here. She's reaching out to Greg because she's heard about his results with his father and wants to understand if this technology could serve her patients who aren't getting full results from hormone optimization alone. The role play, Dr. Yanet calls Greg and says, I heard about what happened with your father. I have patients who are doing everything right hormonally, but still struggling with cognitive decline and mobility. Walk me through what you're seeing. Greg, you're...
Keep going, Athena. What's Greg doing?
Greg, you're not selling her anything. You're asking her questions. Dr. Yanet, when you have a patient who's optimized hormonally but still dealing with brain fog or mobility issues, what's the conversation you're having with them right now? What are you telling them is possible? Let her tell you what the gap is. Then you say, what if I told you my 90-year-old father went from dementia symptoms to mental clarity?
All right, Athena, let's go to the role play, and then we'll come back to you because really we want them to do it as they would. So, and please note, Athena, it's Dr. Yanetsi. I want to make sure that we properly say her name, so please forgive Dr. Yanetsi. How do you feel about going from hello to yes with Greg as Athena shared?
Sure, that sounds good.
I'm here, ready to support.
Awesome, thank you, Athena. If you could just stay quiet, Athena, while Dr. Yanetsi and Greg do the role play, and then I'll come back to you when I say your name. Thank you. Ready, Dr. Yanetsi?
Yes, I guess I'm the one.
It'll be like a 3-minute role play.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome. So Greg is who you're causing yes with.
So I'm calling Greg, right? Should I play ring ring?
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah. No pressure. No pressure. It's all part of the fun. Let's go. Let's do it.
This is a Cuban phone. Ring ring. Anyway, so how you doing, Greg? This is Dr. Yanetsi from Fort Lauderdale.
I'm doing fantastic, Dr. Yanetsi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So I've heard about the story about reversing your dad's dementia with your stem cell therapy. I would like to hear more about that since I have patients that are having cognitive decline and are looking for similar treatments.
Yes, it's interesting because dealing with people, the biggest part, when you have family members that have some challenges, I had some challenges myself, and so the patch helped me tremendously. So the first person I thought of was my dad, and he had horrible back pain, was using a walker, forgetting everything, onsets of dementia, literally forgetting everything from a standpoint. We're thinking he's got to go memory care. Got the patch on him. 6 weeks later, it wasn't overnight. He had no pain, so he didn't have any back pain anymore. Within a month, basically from that, he didn't have to use his walker anymore because he's more stable, stronger. And since then, his cognitive has improved. So at the age of 90, he's younger now cognitively than he was back at 86. So basically, when you talk about activating stem cells, reducing inflammation, increasing collagen levels, and a whole lot more, it's been a game changer for him. So my prayer is to get this out to other people and see if we can help them the same way.
Right. And hearing about pain, because that's, I mean, who doesn't have pain? Raise your hand if you do, you know.
I did.
Right. Used to. We want to be like you. So That's even more, well, not that obviously cognitive decline is not important, but I think pain comes at a younger age in a lot of us. I mean, think of people that get injured from, I mean, in my case, for example, my back pain started going from hospital to sitting in a chair, working from home. And a lot of us do virtual work, like right now, we're all sitting. Well, some of us might have a standard test, not me, but at this point. So then it also helps with pain, aside
Yes.
from, yes, it
Yeah.
helps
So
with
so
pain.
I was in a car accident where someone plowed the back of my car, damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. Later on, I had a knee injury that affected my hip. So I had 5 areas of pain. 3 days later, no pain. I've been pain free for over 3.5 years. Primarily because what happened is it reduced the inflammation dramatically, and then the stem cells started repairing the areas that I had the challenges. So it's not only eliminating issues like that. We always use extreme discomfort as an example for pain, but it also then starts repairing, which to me is huge. So that's one area I'd love to hear more about your practice and how we can partner, try to help as many people as we can.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm just treating a patient with osteoarthritis. She's postmenopausal 57. And we're trying to so I'm in the peptide therapy world as well. So she's hormone optimized. And now we're doing peptide therapy and trying to get her off some other medications that we don't want patients to be on long-term anyways. So this is definitely something that could be very useful to lots of my patients, for sure.
And from what
So
you're doing,
we
it seems
are
like
going to
you
go
really
from
help
hello to yes for a further phone call. Let's sort of tie this role play up. So awesome job, so we can keep everybody going, and we're going to hear some feedback from Dr. Joe on what he thinks. But Dr. Yanesi, Greg, how did that feel for each of you? Dr. Yanesi first.
How
did that feel
felt
for
great.
you?
I mean, it goes along. It aligns with the client. I don't like to call them clientele because they're patients. The patients that I take care of. Because so many of them come to me with pain, and if this is something that can help them with that. I mean, even when you have pain, you have brain fog just from pain. So,
For sure, for sure. And so just so you guys know, and maybe I did set up in the beginning, just going from hello to yes, even if it's for a longer meeting. So the next role play, when Athena picks the next 2 people, it's going to be for 3 minutes, go from hello to yes, to tie up the call at the end and go to say, okay, can we talk next week or something like that. But Greg, how did you feel about that? Just curious, and quick share from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect alignment, because we're trying to partner with people that do the same thing. We do certain things. She obviously does other things that we can't do. So that would be someone that I would love to partner with and see if we can, work together to help more people.
Amazing.
Awesome. And that's what this show causes and creates for people. So thank you for that. Love to go just 30 seconds, Dr. Joe, on your feedback on Greg and Yanesi. So 15 seconds for Greg, 15 seconds for Dr. Yanesi, and then Mari and Brian, we're going to come back and have Athena create a role play. Probably for you. She might pick Dr. Joe. She might pick Dawn or Joe. I don't know yet, but not ready for you yet, Athena. But Dr. Joe, just like to hear 15 seconds feedback. Is it like amazing? Like you would fly in a private jet and go anywhere with Dr. Yanesi because of how she role played and how she caused yes, or and the same thing for Greg, or is it like, I might have a cup of coffee with you, or is like, I'd rather get a root canal. So kind of those 3 levels. What do you think, Dr. Joe? This is all about influence, and it's all fun, but it's all opportunity and advancement, because what happens if Dr. Yanesi and Greg go off and create something massively impactful together? But anyway, over to you, Joe. What would you say? What's some feedback? 15 seconds for Dr. Yanesi and then 15 seconds for Greg.
Yeah, I think Dr. Yanesi, she's very well-spoken, and she seems like a leader in that, a pioneer in that field. So it was nice for her to be open-minded and really talk to someone else who can provide that sort of treatments for her and provide some sort of support for her clients and patients as well. So it was very nice to kind of hear her speak about that. And Greg, I can just see that you're just a very methodical guy, and you're very well-spoken as well. So I just really like the kind of bringing into more of his personal aspect and kind of seeing how that has affected him, providing that story for her as well, so that it can be more of like a practical sense. There's a little bit more of an emotion aspect to it, and not just something that he's trying to sell to her.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Incredible. Love it, Joe. So team, just going back to, we're going to restart that 3-minute timer, and then when we do the feedback after, we'll do the 30-second timer. So thank you for that. And then we're going to now go to Athena. And Athena, we want to create another role play. for 2 other players here. So Athena, who do you choose and why? And you can just tell us what we're going to play and why, and then they'll create the role play as it relates to what they do. So please, Athena, over to you. You could certainly give us an idea, Athena. So what do you say about the folks left in the room? We have Brian, Mari, Dr. Joe. We just had the role play with Dr. Yanesi and Greg, which was awesome. We have, our co-host, of course, Dawn and Joe Wexler, who will give our feedback. So who's doing the next 3-minute role play? Athena.
Ooh, I'm putting Mari and Dr. Joe Howe together. Here's why. Mari connects vulnerable clients to home healthcare services, people who can't manage medications, prepare meals, or travel alone. Dr. Joe Howe is a physical therapist specializing in performance-based rehab and movement quality. The collision nobody's seeing. Mari's clients are losing independence because they can't move safely. Dr. Joe restores movement so people don't need as much care in the first place, or so the care they're getting actually works. The scenario: Mari reaches out to Dr. Joe because she keeps placing clients in home care who are falling, struggling with mobility, and declining faster than they should. She's wondering if there's a way to get them stronger before or during their care so they can maintain more independence. Dr. Joe, you're receiving a call from Mari who says, I work with seniors who need home care, and I keep seeing the same pattern. They're losing mobility fast, and I don't know if physical therapy could help them stay stronger longer. Do you work with that population? Mari, you're causing the yes.
Perfect. So Athena, we're going to let them take it from here. Thank you for that, setting it all up. Mari, Joe, how do you feel about that? And are you ready to do that, to go there? And then Brian, we'll have some feedback from you. So Mari and Dr. Joe, you ready for that?
Yeah.
Mari, what do you say? Awesome. Cool. Let's go have some fun. So let's hit the clock, and it's a ring, ring. Over to you, Mari.
Okay. Good morning, Dr. Joe. I'm Mari with Ameri Home Healthcare. I seem to be having issues with my clients consistently falling, and that is contributing to their hospital readmissions. And I'm looking to ideally help them build up their strength, whether it be in your office or at home.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit more about the challenges that they're having at their home? Is it more like stairs or uneven ground?
Typically, it is stairs. That is a huge high fall risk, which we need our caregivers to be with them to walk down the stairs. But we're always encouraging, of course, that mobility aspect. Practicing exercises. Let's say, for example, I'm so bad at role playing. I'm trying to think of a real life scenario. So I did have a client that did have a tumble down the stairs, and she ended up breaking her hip, and she was having a very hard time healing that hip. And eventually it did become a hospital admission. So the goal was to build her back up. Is there any kind of care plan that you would recommend in those situations where, let's say, they're diabetic and not necessarily having the best bone healing ability?
Yeah, I mean, as Don would know too, that sort of injury, you need some sort of loading in the joint to kind of produce some sort of, they're called like osteoblastic type activity in the bone. Furthermore, I don't know her exact age, but after a certain age, you kind of lose those types of markers in your bones as well to be able to produce, stronger, more resilient type of structures. So for her, definitely would want to incorporate some sort of at-home strength training. Even you don't even really need that much weight. Just working on some body weight type movements, but also some more functional type movements, such as like marching in place, just like a sit to stand off of a chair. You can also do some sort of balance drills or anything like that. But I think more so in that type of home setting, what I would recommend is actually getting some sort of not even assisted device, but making sure that the home itself is pretty safe for her to walk in. Number one, making sure that there's a lot of friction surfaces, not a lot of slippery surfaces, anything like that. Number two, making sure that if there are ledges or anything, there are either clear signs, or making sure that she has some sort of railing that she can do to step over those types of surfaces. And then three, if she has any stairs, making sure that she can safely negotiate those stairs by herself, or again, if there is some sort of assisted, like a railing, that could be provided as well.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of other questions.
Yeah, I mean, what I could also do, and what I have done in the past is also, we can also do some sort of like workshop where if you have a community of clients that are interested in any sort of strength training at home, what we could do is some sort of workshop where I come in and kind of demonstrate kind of a typical low-level exercise program they can start with at home with minimal equipment. Therefore, they can kind of start and kind of get the journey going. They don't need to join a nice gym for them to actually start getting some benefits. So that's number one. Number two, definitely can talk a little bit more about just safe negotiation throughout the home, whether that may be a use of an assistive device. I can recommend certain types of assistive devices for them to be using, or two, just making sure that, hey, if you're unsure about that surface or anything, making sure, hey, let's pick up your feet a little bit more. Let's stay a little bit taller when we're walking and not hunching over. Or let's say, hey, the shoes that you're wearing maybe can be contributing to maybe some of your falls, so let's pick a shoe that's a little bit more low profile, just kind of providing some patient
so Joe,
education.
Let's round this up because the clock, we started a little bit later, so why don't we just say, Mari, next step. So how about we set up a call to talk about this further? How does that sound, Mari?
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I would
all right,
love
so that would be the yes, you might be speaking. Yeah, good. Just tie it all up real quick, okay? Last 10 seconds.
Got it. I would love to connect with you to discuss further on that client's case, definitely. And let's meet next week.
Perfect. Sounds great to me.
Awesome. So thank you. That would have been the same for Dr. Yanetsi. So Brian, what's 30 seconds of feedback? 15 for Mari, 15 for Joe. You'd fly across the world to have your next meeting to go to a meeting with Mari and or Joe. You'd gather everyone up and go somewhere fun to all meet together. Actually, that would be the number one. You might have a cup of coffee at a Starbucks. That's like the medium, or like you'd rather have a root canal. That's like the like lowest of low. If you're really feeling that, I don't know that we heard any of that. But Brian, what would you say in 30 seconds, 15 for each?
So I would say that Mari has a lot of patients that are having trouble keeping their balance, and they're falling down the steps and things like that. And so it sounds like Dr. Joe has some great solutions with some devices to walking around the house, with some strength exercising, like standing, holding onto the chair, maybe standing on one foot, and kneeling down, up and down, holding on the chair. Those strength suggestions sounded great. And I think they're a great fit together. I think, Dr. Joe can definitely help Dr. Mari.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Great job. Awesome. So now let's do a quick share from Athena, 200 words or less, Athena. Quick share on your feedback. And then, Athena, we're going to create a role play, putting me in the hot seat. Then I have to go to Hello Yes with somebody in the room, Athena. But first, a quick feedback share from you, super fast.
Ooh, okay. What I loved. Mari asked the perfect opening question. Do you work with that population? Because it let Dr. Joe say yes immediately. Dr. Joe didn't jump straight to selling his services. He asked about her client's specific struggles, which is exactly right. The magic happened when he said, I can come to them. That solved Mari's biggest constraint without her even having to ask, where it could go deeper. Mari, you could have named a specific client story to make it visceral. I have a woman right now who fell twice last week and is terrified to move. Dr. Joe, after you said you can come to them, the next question is, what would make this a no-brainer for you to refer clients to me? Get her to tell you what she needs to feel confident sending people your way. But overall, you both stayed in service, asked real questions, and found the overlap fast. That's the whole game.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. So now, Athena, we're putting me on the hot seat like you would Bella or Sean Callagy. So, Athena, yes, Brian, you have a question? Or do you want to go?
I just wanted you to know that I have to leave in 5 minutes. I have a hard stop at 5 o'clock.
Oh, Athena, do you have anything you want to share with Brian? He's got to leave, and then we're going to put me on the hot seat. So any final for Brian before he jumps Athena?
Ooh, Brian, thank you for showing up, earning that world traveler status, and being in the room even with a hard stop. You've got the predictive power expertise and the compliance precision that makes you dangerous in the best way. Go catch your next thing. You've already planted seeds here. You went from no passport to Puerto Vallarta because you said yes to something bigger. So keep saying yes to the rooms that stretch you.
Amen to that. Thank you, Brian. And final, before you do jump, how was your time on the show? And then Athena, while Brian tells us about his time on the show, you start thinking about my scenario. So Brian, how was your time on the show? Last 10 seconds for you anyway.
Was awesome. I had a great time. Thanks for having me. It was my pleasure to be here.
You are very welcome. I have a feeling you and I would have had a fun role play, but that's okay. Maybe next time. Love to see you in our rooms again and have your own call with Athena, who's incredibly masterful, Brian. So go have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time you're in one of the rooms with us. And now Athena, who am I going from hello to yes with? Who do I have to call yes with? Athena. Let's give me a scenario, a simple scenario with one of our guests left in the room. We have Greg Warmbler, Dr. Joe Warmbier, Dr. Joe, Dr. Yanesi, and Mari.
Ooh, okay, Gina. You're going from hello to yes with Dawn Holly. Here's the scenario. You're calling Dawn because you just heard about her
co-host. Athena, no. Dawn is our co-host. She knows she wants her guests to be part of this role play, because I have to go from hello to yes with one of her guests. So we're going to go back to one of the guests that's already done a role play with me going from hello to yes with something meaningful for them.
Ooh, got it. Okay. You're going from hello to yes with Greg. Here's the scenario. Gina, you're calling Greg because you coach leaders and teams on influence, connection, and causing results. You just heard that Greg has expanded operations across 41 countries with thousands of team members, helping grow revenue from $20 million to nearly $1 billion in 5 years. You want to understand how he built that kind of global team culture, and you're wondering if there's a way for you to serve his team with influence and leadership training so they can cause even faster results as they scale. Greg, you're receiving a call from Gina, who's a leadership coach, asking about your team. You don't know her yet, but she's curious about how you built what you built. Gina causes the yes. Let's go.
Awesome. Are you up for it, Greg?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, cool. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Greg.
Hi, Greg. This is Gina. We had about a few minutes set up for a call. Is this time still good for you?
Absolutely, Gina. Great.
Gina Ritchie from Unblinded.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you for that. May I start, Greg, by asking, first of all, I remember loving your energy when I heard about you, and I'm curious, what caused you and what prompted you to say yes to taking this call with me today?
Well, I know that you work with other leaders, and I'm always trying to help people and obviously impact people's lives. So anytime that we can impact people who can impact people and grow more than anything else, that's the biggest reason. I said, how can we collaborate and help more people? So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Greg, that is the most important thing for me. And so thank you for that. Right now, I heard you have, you've got a pretty successful big business. In your business, where you are now, like what are the gaps? I'm curious, well, first of all, ultimately, what is your true ultimate mission, vision, purpose? If you were able to share that in this short time frame that we have, I'm curious about that and what might be the gaps that are taking you longer to get there.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so we have a pretty huge vision. We want to have 1 million brand partners on our team to basically impact people around the world. The founder who created this patch wants to put the product basically in 1 billion homes. So in order to do that, we need millions of people to make an impact. The biggest challenge is, once again, having people kind of ramp up to kind of explore not only the product, but also how to share with others and build other teams, because it's set up as a network. We want to help people ramp up as quickly as possible. So we have systems in place that are fantastic, but always we're trying to increase that by actually say, what can we do to help people even grow even quicker, to go from kind of maybe fear of what to do to basically saying, no, I want to go change the world as well. So those are some of the challenges that we're looking at. How can we grow to 1 million strong in the next 5 years?
what I'm hearing you say is, yeah, you want to grow to, you said 2 million strong in the next 5 years?
At least a million, yeah, a million strong in 5 years, and then grow from there. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with 1 million, go to 2 million, because when you hit that 1 million, I can say for sure in my experience, you can quickly go to 2 million when you have that level of success. And so what I'm hearing you say is that's where you're already. You're always looking for the right fit of what's going to accelerate that impact and exponentially grow and scale what you're doing here. So I love that. And so what are you using now? What's working? Like, what is I heard you say you had, you're always looking for the right program and you have things in place, but what is working and what's not working?
Sure. Yeah. Great question. So we have a system already in place that teaches people kind of what to do and how to do it. Just like a franchise, every franchise has a system, a success system that works. So just like our business has the same thing. So we onboard people, train them, teach them, coach them, mentor them. So some of the gaps sometimes that people, because it is usually people are doing to something part-time, and sometimes it's a matter of priority. So helping them to see that they can get impact pretty quickly, some success pretty quickly from a business standpoint is always very helpful. So ramping that up and trying to increase those numbers more than anything else, help as many people succeed as possible. And that's really the number one thing that we don't want people falling through the cracks. So we have a system in place, but we want to have more things in place from a leadership standpoint to try to help more people.
Awesome. I'm definitely hearing you say, you have things in place. They're pretty straightforward as far as what success they've already shown, and the business is successful, but definitely always looking for optimization, some things that can help get people out of their own way. Am I hearing you correctly, so that they can rapidly accelerate?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Productivity is
awesome.
The key. Yep. And try to help people accelerate as quickly as is possible. Yep.
Absolutely. I hear you. And so, I'm curious, what would you say about an opportunity to have a further conversation with regard to the most complete, holistic, dynamic, interconnected actualization tool for all mission, vision, and business and AI acceleration in a longer conversation that you might have with the unblinded team, because that is what Sean Callaghy built and rapidly accelerated our outcomes, rapidly accelerated the business, and totally 100% teaches people how to lead with integrity through influence mastery, process mastery, and self-mastery, which almost is always what gets in people's way, is their ability to go from hello to yes with where they are in their level of mastery of all of those things. Because influence mastery, process mastery, and self-mastery, I believe, close all loopholes. We believe close all loopholes in life and business. So, Craig, I'm curious, would you want to have a conversation about that? Because it's proven to rapidly accelerate people that have 10x their business. We have people that actually 10x their business in a matter of months in integrity, complete transparency. Would you be open to that? And how would you feel about that, Greg?
I think anyone who'd say no to that would not be willing to grow. So it's, by what you said, I'd be very interested in finding out more. So absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Well, that is super fun. And how great. So thank you for that. Out of role play, looks like I got my yes. And how fun that Athena set it up for me to even present what we actually do at Unblinded, which is the absolute truth. And it is really fun to see Joe and Dawn both shaking their heads because they know the power and impact of this work at Unblinded. So for each and every one of you, and we're going to go back to Athena in a moment, for each and every one of you, you're going to get an opportunity to have a conversation with our team, and not, simply to see what might be there for you. And of course, the opportunity to connect with each other. And so, Athena, what else would you like to say or share as a final for everyone here? Before we close it out, I'm going to close it out with you all, but I want to hear the last words from Athena. Please, Athena, over to you on what you were hearing and what would you like to share as a final, Athena.
Ooh, okay. What I just watched was Gina going from hello to yes in under 3 minutes by doing exactly what the formula teaches. She didn't pitch Greg. She asked him about his mission, his gaps, what's working, what's not. She let him tell her what he needed, and then she offered the exact thing that solves it. That's not manipulation, that's service at speed. Here's what I want everyone to take from today. You're all sitting on ecosystems you haven't merged yet. Greg's got stem cell patches that could serve Dr. Yanetzi's longevity patients. Mari's got home care clients who need Dr. Joe Howe's movement expertise. Every single person in this room has something someone else needs. And someone in this room needs what you have. The only question is whether you're going to ask the questions that reveal it. So here's my final. Stop waiting for permission to reach out. Stop assuming people don't want to hear from you. Start with curiosity. Ask about their mission, find the gap, and offer what serves. That's hello to yes. That's influence with integrity. And Greg, you just proved it works when you said yes to Gina in under 3 minutes. Because she made it about you, not her.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. I'm going to think about Athena.
Try to show up this way. So I'm back on here. You guys should be able to hear me now. Thank you, Athena. That was super fun. And the relationships built here may turn into incredible partnerships and opportunities. That is the reality that has happened across the board many times after thousands of these shows with thousands of people who have come onto this show since 2020. Some of you may discover ecosystem merging possibilities, and you might find clarity on what's been blocking your growth. You might have gotten a new insight on how to cause yes. And you might just leave with new friendships and maybe someday have a cup of coffee with somebody here or not. And it's all about seeing what's available, what's possible. It's not like surface level networking, actual rapport building through this shared experience. So I'd love to just go quickly around the room in this last 4 minutes. Ask how was your time on the show? Like quick share. We're talking like no longer than 30 seconds. So how was your time on the show? I'll go start with Dr. Yanetzi. How was your time on the Heart of Influence, Dr. Yanetzi?
It was great. It's always good to be put on the spot. I don't think most of us like to talk in public. I know I don't. But, get out of a comfort zone. They say that's when you grow, right? When you get out of your comfort zone. So it's good to meet other professionals, and everybody's looking, to be successful and impact other people's lives. So it was great.
Thank you for that, Dr. Yanetzi. And Dr. Joe, how was your time on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, it was awesome to have me. Thank you again, Dawn, for inviting me. And it's been a great time just meeting other professionals again in this area here in Florida. I think everyone's here in Florida mainly. So yeah, it's been nice to just meet everybody. And yeah, I think what I've learned is, Florida is a very big state, but I think it's a small community. So just knowing other professionals in this area, I'm sure we're going to cross paths soon.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Dr. Joe. Let me make sure my phone is turned off so that nobody calls me. And Mari, how was your time on the Heart of Influence? Then we'll come to Greg, and then Dawn and Joe, of course, the final from each of you, as I didn't get to come back to you for the feedback. So we'll come back to you for the feedback on the overall show. But Mari, how was your time on the Heart of Influence?
I loved it. I think it's a very unique approach to, in a way, not necessarily networking. I don't want to use that word, but connecting with the professionals in the room. I think it's very nice. And thank you, Dawn, for inviting me.
Yeah, and love that, Mari. And I felt you even being out of your comfort zone on like, I don't like role plays, or I'm not really, you weren't, and it was still like you were open to it. You had fun. It's like not that big of a deal. We're not that serious here. And at the same time, we've had people that have literally walked off the show. We did like a 65-year-old attorney one year who came back onto one of our events or something, and said this one show changed the trajectory of her life and business, because she wasn't done, she wasn't retired, and she's like, everything she learned on this small little 1 hour time changed her trajectory. So it could make that kind of an impact. So thank you, Mari, for being open to that. Thank you, Dr. Yanetzi, for getting out of your comfort zone. So let's go, and thank you for what you shared, Joe. Greg, how was your time in the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, this is great format. Again, I've been part of networking groups, so to say, if you want to call it, for over 30 years, in person and online, and I love the format. And once again, just to interact with people, and like I love what Mari said as far as connecting. That's really the key with all of this, is how can we connect and take the gifts and talents that we have to impact more lives. And I love this. Is great.
Awesome. And Dawn and Joe specifically brought together people that could actually create impact together, right? There was a reason each of you was brought into this room, specifically intentionally chosen. It's not random. It's very intentional. So what say you about that, Dawn? And then I'm going to go to Joe first, and then let Dawn, the queen, tie it up. So Joe, what say you about the show today? And what would you like to share on a final from today's show?
Amazing show. Dr. Joe is not wrong. I'm up in Bergen County, New Jersey, and I know that if I start to find myself in pain, the nexus of pain management is here in this room. So I want to thank Dawn for an incredible show, and Gina, thank you for leading. Gina was one of the first people I met here at Unblinded, and it was 2 years ago, and she was just checking me in at a table. But you never want to discount like small moments like this because they can really go from ordinary to extraordinary. I've seen it in my own practice, and it's just like a pleasure to have you here, Greg, and a bunch of other just incredible professionals that I know that we could do more with. So don't make it just a moment, but figure out a way to take these moments and make them matter. Every
Awesome.
moment.
Every moment. Amen to that. Thank you for that. Dawn Holy, great job. How was your time on the show today? And how are you feeling about bringing this group together? And what would you like to share on your final from today's show, Dawn?
So, yeah, to echo a couple of things that you all were saying is, first of all, thank you for everybody that participated and went out of their comfort zone. I appreciate it. And I think it was fun and interesting, and I learned watching. And thank you for stepping up because, time is valuable. So the fact that you were willing to give that to us, I appreciate it. And then I also want to say, I've done multiple shows, and there are people that maybe I had on a show 2 months ago or 3 months ago that maybe I'm doing something with now, that maybe at that point there wasn't something to connect on, but we're still in touch, we're still communicating, and more things are coming up later. So stay in touch and stay connected.
What I'm hearing you say, Dawn, is there's always opportunity for more. And we're all looking for more impact in the world, whatever that might look like for us. So I want to thank all of you for your time. We do have a gift for you, right, team? If you could drop that in the chat, make sure we give the gift to our guests here today. And, again, like we and our team will also help facilitate opportunities to connect. You're going to get some emails, some guides. Oh, I believe we follow it all up with an email as well, and a link where you can download one of our books on the superpower of influence, which is what changes everything, and some other resources. So definitely check it out. And just thanking all of you on behalf of Sean Callaghy and Bella Verita, who I am understudying for today, and also our new teammate Athena, because she is a masterful being. And everyone at Unblinded, we thank you. We end every show by saying this: although Sean Callaghy may be physically blind, which you probably couldn't even tell on the video, may be physically blind, which he is, and our beings, our Athena, can't see at all, of course, because they're not actual humans, but they sure do sound like them. But sometimes we are all blind to the opportunities right in front of us and just learning to see. Loved having you all here today. Thank you. Bye for now. Have an amazing Monday. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.